Hello everybody, Nate here from Preparation 101. Today, as you can see around me, I'm out here in the high desert and it's snowing. It's cold out here on some four-wheel drive trails and I want to get a fire started. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you guys some of the materials that you can use in the high desert to help get yourself a fire going. So let's go get started looking around. So the main thing I'm looking for, of course, is anything that's dead. So I'm going to check around this right here. Now, juniper bark can be a good fire starter, but it can also be a bad one. It's easy to think it's dry when it's actually not. So you just want to check around the underside of some of these dead trees. Pull some of this apart, and it'll be really flaky and stringy. If it feels cold, that means there's moisture in it, and you don't want to use that. I think inside this will work. So I'm going to put this in my pocket. Now I'm going to go find some of the real good stuff. It's a little bit harder to find, but once I find it, I'll show you. Now the real good stuff is on the underside of a dead sagebrush. Got snow on my hands. I don't want this to get wet. Now you can peel. That's a little damp there. Now you can see this bark's really stringy too, like the juniper bark is. But this stuff, when it's completely dry, if you fluff this up into a bird's nest, you can actually use this for your coal from a friction fire. That's how good this stuff is. So I'm going to look around for a little bit more of it. But yeah, this is the main thing that you want to find for getting your fire started out here in this type of country. This stuff, it just works really great, works really well. But in the area that I'm in, it's hard to find. For some reason, all the sagebrush decided to stay alive out here. But let's go take a look around and see if there's any more. Whew. The sun's starting to poke through. It's bright over there. Oh, hey. Thank you, viewfinder. All right, I think I got some more. Show you guys right over here. And again, I'm just going to check those lower undersides and feel around. If it's not dry, I got to move on. Look at how stringy that is. And if I can, I'm going to try and pull apart anything that feels like it might be damp. I don't want that ruining my tinder bundle. Anything I find, just sticking in my pocket, adding to the collection. That one feels a little cold. It might be a little damp. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this like kindling. Once I get my flame started, I'm going to have this all fluffed up as well. And I'm going to throw this on top because it will extend my flame life. It's not that damp. But I'm not going to mix it with the completely dry materials. What are you doing? You're blocking the view. I don't feel like I have enough yet, so Let's look around for a little bit more. All right, I think that'll do it. Got 2 full pockets. Now let's go back under that big tree. Seems like a spot out of the snow. The ground doesn't have as much snow on it. And underneath that tree is what we need next. So just like the last fire making video I did, you want to look underneath these big trees. You'll always find some low-hanging dead branches. And these juniper branches are great kindling. Now there is a little bit of moisture on the outside of these, so I am going to have to open them up. But I'm going to get a bunch gathered up before I do that. So my goal for practice is to not use any of my homemade tinder, just use all the natural materials I brought with me and a ferro rod to get this thing going. So first, I need my base, just like always. Don't need the wet ground ruining my fire. Get my kindling ready before I start fluffing up my tinder. Okay, I'm going to fluff up the tinder, then I'm going to add some shavings to the top of that, and I think we should be good to go. Attempt number 1. should have put my sticks on the right side of the fire. I wasn't sure what angle I was going to film from. Well, there you go, guys. I hope somebody picked up some tips or learned something about using different materials. It did take a few more strikes than I thought it should have, but that's probably just because my tinder wasn't as dry as I thought. My hands were a little cold, and it's harder to tell when your hands are cold. But if you take the time and collect the right stuff, you can get a fire going in almost any situation. So thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.